What was the kid that said that this came off? You never find the attendance because every box score cuts it off.
Say 6706.
Well,
Maybe so.
yeah. By the end, that's not great. They're not, all things considered, that's probably what you going to get to. Yeah, I mean, if they don't rank number 10 in the country, I'm sure they made that 70%.
If you're saying
Yeah. That's just like 5 or 6 weeks.
we're not that many top five.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
6, 7, or 6? About 22 months.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
We're just slowing down.
Yeah, he was
All
fine.
line.
Yeah, he was fine.
Okay.
I got to look at the see what I can do.
I think you get the. You really put it out. How many yards per horse?
For the rest of the team.
You got the smack across the face. That's flip down.
That's fine. Good.
Oh, shit.
All right, we're going to have Coach start with an opening statement, then we'll take whatever questions you have.
Yeah, it was it was good good to get an opportunity to just come back and compete again together, and so obviously having a couple days of practice to be able to focus in on a few things and try to be better executing, and so it was good to see some energy. Obviously from Bryce and Christian, thought both had good energy as guys that have been here before and have had good leadership in the last couple practices of just demonstrating what it should look like and trying to get more of that out of more guys. So thought it was good to have Jaden's energy early and Jair, and we were growing together in that way, and so to be able to again get back and practice it and then see some fruits of that labor. Out there on the court tonight. They're a good team. Right? We knew that coming in. Obviously they've had a win against Western Michigan. Randy's a good coach, right? and know him personally. Knew they were going to do not be afraid and execute well. And I thought the guys did a pretty good job of defending for the most part.
Question for Christian. So you came out off the bench, and I think you had a pretty good run with 7 rebounds in 16 minutes. So kind of talk about how what was your mindset going in?
My mindset was just to go in, bring some energy. The energy was kind of dropping off, so coach told me to go in and just do what I do best, and that's bring energy to the team.
Also, for Christian, what have you, I guess, just noticed about the team over the whole month of November, I guess how the team has evolved and how it's coping with all your absences with injuries.
We're just doing our best with everything going on. I mean, we've learned a lot the last few games, and we're just going to keep getting better. So,
Bryce, what about you? I mean, I know people who don't follow you very closely look to see your last two matches against Division II opponents. Now, granted, I mean, you're not quite the same as a lot of Division I opponents you could have played, but I guess how do you think you guys made advancements in this particular game, and even over the last month also?
I would say that coming out of Vegas, or the last game in Vegas and then coming here, we kind of just focused on ourselves a little bit more. I think that we got caught up in a lot of things, and obviously we're playing two good opponents, so being ready for those things, but just a little bit to come back from the break, have a couple days off, breathe, focus on what we need to do, get back to ourselves, what's worked for us, take a chance to look at the film and what's worked for us, what hasn't, and just executing that. I think also too, just another thing was energy with us. I think the first two games we came out flat in Vegas, and then that was kind of a focus for us, was just coming out with energy, and that carries from walkthrough to practice to what you're doing after and all that. So just coming out with energy and focusing on us.
Well, what did you see, especially from Aaron Thompson tonight? It seemed like he was trying to guide the team and also inject energy and just really trying to be vintage AT almost.
Yeah, it was good to see. I thought yesterday he had a good practice. It's Christian the last 2 days just practiced a certain way, and you have to prepare. I think Bobby Knight said it's not the will to win, it's the will to prepare to win. So you have to prepare a certain way. There's things that winning requires. You have to earn the results, but stay extremely focused on the process. And I think AT he came out with the mindset to demonstrate what it looks like. And it's not as much as he's pretty vocal like many other times, but I thought he was just going to show it with his energy tonight. Same as Bryson, same as Christian, three guys that have been invested for a while in Butler basketball.
I know you're probably not bothered a bit by improving with winning and beating two division opponents, but how do you balance how this turned out with some of the earlier November games, which granted you played two best defenses in the country in Houston and Michigan State. I mean, that's probably got to weigh into how you evaluate Butler as well.
Yeah, I mean, we want to be able to compete against the best. We didn't play our best against them. They had a lot to do with it. So it was just keeping our focus on investing in the process and becoming our best selves and knowing, trying to maximize this group together. Right? And there's a lot that has to happen, and it's all on the other side of hard. Which winning is hard. Right? Everybody's good. There's good coaches. There's good players at every level. It doesn't matter. Look around the country at some of the scores, and it's hard to win, and it's really hard to stay present, right? Because all there's competition for your attention, right? There's people around you, there's social media and all those things, and you can't let that doubt creep in, right? And what we're doing, you got to keep a belief and keep a belief in each other, right? And then just get fully immersed in the process. And so, regardless of who you're playing, right, the opponent aside. There's things we have to do better to be a better version of Butler. You're turning the basketball over 16 times a game, won't win. I don't care if we're playing the Boys and Girls Club down the street. We can't do it in Houston, Michigan State, or anybody. So to cut it down to 10 tonight, right, gives you a chance to win. You can't beat yourselves. And so just focusing on doing us at a higher level, being sharper, right, and having more energy towards what we do.
Are you all surprised that Chuck was able to play as many as 21 minutes? I mean, that was irrespective of how he did, is probably feel good that he was able to play that much, and kind of wondering how Bryce and some of your other injured guys are.
Yeah, it was good to for Chuck to get back out and have a little more comfort, and have Ralph's unbelievable with our medical team and something in his shoe to help him feel better and some sort of insole. So it was good to have him out there. He felt pretty good. Looked like himself a little more in the second half as he got a rhythm back in the game. And I thought he had a good defensive energy, which we've obviously been, harping on a lot with all of them, but and him especially. And so thought he had his focus on that end of the floor and just kind of let the other stuff come to him. Other guys are, they're working towards, full strength and full health. Obviously, so who knows when with Bryce Enzi, it's kind of day to day with that process. And Bo Hodges is able to do an individual workout on the court now. Obviously, he's not going a million miles an hour just yet. Tate's practicing, to a certain degree, and has a visit with the doctor next week to see where he is. And so, it's kind of the next man up mindset, and the guys that are available got to be able to do the job.
Do you have any sense if any of those guys will be ready by Crossroads Classic or Big East play, or is it too early to even say?
We'll see. Yeah, it's more every day putting in the work and kind of evaluating as we go, especially with Bryce Enzi, who's the most recent to kind of go under there, and obviously Bo and Tate have been kind of long-term projections anyhow. I don't know yet. I actually hadn't, I don't know actually what happened, so find out more, but I don't. Yeah, I think it was his left hand, so he shoots right-handed anyway.
Coach, so kind of going off how you guys had a couple injuries throughout the season. You played 11 guys tonight. So what is that kind of going to the rest of the season? How do you plan to get all those players in and kind of figure out how you're going to?
Yeah, I don't plan to get them all in. There's 16 of them, and a lot of credit to a guy like Christian. It's like, hey, we weren't getting, Miles has been playing, and obviously Ty's been in there in Bryce's absence, and this guy right here has just stayed ready and practiced well, and he's committed to the team, and when his number was called, he came in and did a great job. That's what this group has to have, right? And that can be a strength. Big-time strength. If obviously minutes for the young guys like Simas and Jaden are crucial just to be able to play college basketball for the first time in their careers and understand what it takes, right, regardless of the opponent, to be able to compete in a possession in a 4-minute segment in a half and try to get consistent. So it's good for those guys to be in there and get that opportunity. It should be a strength so if it's not, Bryce doesn't have tonight, right, DJ can jump in there or JM can jump in there. If it's CD, right, then they got to root for each other like crazy, and that's what makes a team. Right? It's not tennis where if you don't have it tonight, you get somebody else can step up and be available and help and give what's needed to the group.
Excellent. Did they do anything to take Ty Gross away? I mean, he just was not very impactful tonight, and he has been in almost every other game he's played.
Yeah, I thought they had some attention on Ty, and early we tried to go to him. They did a good job being physical with him, and just wasn't his night tonight, and that's okay. I thought he was a great teammate. He's on the bench, and he was excited for CD to be able to get in there and help, just like if it was him. And that's just who he is. So it won't be everybody's night every night, unfortunately, but that's why you have teammates.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
All right, guys. See you. You making the trip? No?
Not going to Oklahoma, I asked.
You got it.